Welcome, everybody, to Night of the Nerdy Laser, episode 161. We have entered Sci Fi September, and we are talking about Species from 1995. I'm your host, Richard, more docile and controllable, eh? You guys don't get out much.
Jeez. God dang. I'm Jeff Lown.
Don't, I have to finish. So that's right. All month we are going to do some sci-fi movies, sci-fi horror stuff. So I'm excited. I have not seen Species in a very long time. I was in high school when I originally saw it.
Was that 95?
Some thought. Yeah, I graduated in 96, Jeff. The year you were born.
That'd be way funnier, but no.
Most of the girls I work with they were all born in like 2000. I was borderline alcoholic at that point.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so yeah, we're going to talk about that, but we got some other stuff to discuss. Of course, we have show and tell, and I went to the movies last week, Jeff.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, but you didn't see the same thing.
No, I didn't, but I saw something cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. You saw rear view window.
Yeah, rear window. Rear view. Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. So the only problem was whoever was the projection guy did it bad. So the image was like doubled. It was on top of itself, and they were playing it for like 10 minutes that way, and like we were yelling at them, and we're they finally got it, and they pause it because it's just one of those Fandango or whatever events or whatever live, which is just really a digital copy. You could pause, so it's not live, but like it's something like that. And but they fixed it eventually and started over. But that was pretty fun to see like on the big screen, because I gave that one a 5-star. Like, I don't give much 5-star, but that's one I think is a 5-star film.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, surprise. Well, Peyton didn't see it, and he went with us, and he was like blown away.
I mean, I own it. I have it in my Voodoo account. I bought it when it was on sale.
And it should be upgraded to a 4K too.
I love Jimmy Stewart, so because I love It's a Wonderful Life.
Yep. Taco.
And I saw another movie I liked with him.
Taco's a big Jimmy Stewart guy too.
Somebody Goes to Washington or something.
Oh yeah. It's not Mr. Smith, or is it?
Is it Mr. Deeds?
yeah. It's Deeds.
I think it is Mr. Smith.
I think that's right.
So, well, that was cool. You got to do that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mine was less of a classic.
And it was.
I mean, really, it's probably the most controversial movie of the year. Probably even more controversial than Borderlands at this point.
Oh goodness! What? Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
It's. I saw The Crow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you liked it.
It's good, man. I mean, most people that I know that have seen it and don't worship the original like it. So here's the problem. It shouldn't have been Eric Draven, and it shouldn't have been Shelley, and it should have been called like The Crow Heaven Sent.
Like
I'll just give it
like the reboot name or something.
Yeah, like Crow City of Angels, Crow Salvation. Just call it The Crow. Heaven Sent is actually a good title.
Pretty proud of that.
I'm pretty happy. Because the story is so drastically different from the original. Like, you get about a half hour to 40 minutes with Eric and Shelley.
So it's not like straight to Crow.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's really nothing like the original. I mean, there's not like Fun Boy in it. There's not like Fun Boy in it. It's not Hell Night. It's not like there's a bigger purpose of why their deaths happened.
How was what's his face in it? The vampire from 30 Days a Night. I like.
Oh, he's good. He's good. but he's not in it that much, and he's just kind of bland. It just, I mean, he is the main bad guy.
Right.
He's not bad in it, but he's just not in it as much to really get going. Like, really, Eric and Shelley take up the majority of the movie, and I mean, like, it is. I do feel like the movie is a journey. Like, it's not like at the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't like these people, and then you start to like them, and then you start to change by the end. I mean, if you want to hate this movie, you're not gonna like it. I mean, if you're just going in it to be like, I'm gonna watch this movie and shit all over it, that's what you're gonna do. Because I could shit all over it, like if I wanted to.
Like Borderlands.
But see, with I think at least this movie feels like it's trying and has a soul. Borderlands does not feel like it's trying. Does not feel like it has a soul. The characters are no. Look, I mean, Skarsgård's hair and the tattoo really doesn't even bother me on his face, but his hair isn't great. And then like he's got like 14 abs or something going on. And I'm seeing like part of his thing, and I mean I don't need that, but I mean,
well, they did that all on purpose. There's all a reason behind that, and I don't, you probably weren't the target audience, so.
I mean, well, apparently nobody was, because it only made $4.5 million opening weekend over a $50 to $80 million budget, depending on where you look.
So I saw something. Was it the director of the original Crow that's on like this journey, like just bad mouthing this? I thought I saw that on the internet today.
Well, that I don't know, but the director for the remake said people need to get out more and stop hiding behind a screen.
So he was mad it got panned by the reviewers?
Well, I mean, I probably would have taken this. I mean, I think he's correct, by the way. I mean, people tend to just say, oh, it looks like shit. Look, I think the trailer looks horrible. The trailer does not do that movie justice. But I will say this, in that trailer, they kept an entire scene from the trailer that most movies would have ruined. And it's fucking amazing.
Oh. Interesting. So, yeah, I looked it up real quick. It is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but the thing, so the original director, his name's Alex Proyas of the original. So he's just basically been bashing the new one at every chance he gets. Like he goes and makes posts and like videos, and I don't know why the guy. I saw that today. Look into it because there's a lot, and I don't feel like reading it because people.
It just doesn't matter. Like
it's like, why is that guy doing that?
It just doesn't matter. Look, the original Crow is great, and I like it.
Yeah.
But if Brandon Lee hadn't died in it, it wouldn't be as memorable as it is.
Right. I agree.
Now the soundtrack would still be memorable because it's great, and also it's just like '90s capsule goth. For a lot of reasons, I could blame the guy who directed that movie for a lot more than the remake guy.
Yeah. Did it feel? I felt like that was like a big major picture like that like had a look and feel to it, and then like The Matrix was like the next one. You know what I mean? It just had a look and feel to it that were just so unique and people really like.
Yeah, Matrix is awesome. It stops at the first one though.
So that one I've seen so many times. 2 and 3 I've seen a handful, but like the first Matrix was on.
Now I like 4. I'm kind of a fan of 4.
I've only seen it the once, and it was during COVID when everything was going to HBO Max.
That's when I saw it.
It wasn't bad, but I mean, it wasn't my favorite. One will always just there's no comparison.
The first one's amazing.
It's like Jurassic Park.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I mean, no matter what Jurassic Park does, I just can't see any. I mean, everything's like, meh.
You won't experience the like awe and wonder like how they did that again from the first one. Like,
I mean, no matter how many Jurassic it's like I was talking to you last night about Terminator 2. Like, it's a fucking perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like Jurassic Park is right there too. And I don't know many other movies that are like the pacing is perfect, the acting is perfect, everything about the movies are just perfect.
I mean, Jurassic Park, like it pulls you in. I mean, the topic itself's interesting, but it's just so good. Like,
in the most iconic music.
Yeah.
The most iconic music you'll ever hear. I mean that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Loved it. All right, show and tell time. I'm going first because I said I'm going first.
Oh.
So I told you I got this. I told you I got this, but you probably forgot about it because I almost forgot about it. And you showed off your
oh yeah. Look at Splinter.
Your Turtles of Gray Skull, so I got Splinter Skull.
He's in the big pack, huh?
Yeah, he's big. But it's all because of this.
That shell?
Yeah, and how do you so as an mint on card collector as you are, how do you feel about Build-A-Figures? Do they not ruin the whole fucking figure?
I mean, take it out and charge me $5 less. That's what I think of it. But
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If you're a mint on card collector, I think Build-A-Figures would piss me off so bad.
I think they do. But I mean, the whole Build-A-Figure, I feel like you probably know more about this than me, but I feel like Marvel Legends is what did that.
I mean, it started it, yeah.
Yeah, like now everybody does it, so it's kind of weird.
Does it.
Have you seen those Batmans at Target? They're like, they almost look like the reaction figures or the Super 7s.
Oh, the old Kenner ones?
Yeah, they look not the ones that Walmart had that were exclusive, but they're basically. I'll find a picture. I'll send it to you. Just go ahead and show your other thing.
All right, so the next one I found randomly, and it's to add to my Casey Jones.
Oh no! Oh, you found it. Nice.
I've got the 40th anniversary of the original, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it does have the 40th sticker here. And then I guess the big thing is inside it has this. Enjoy those sneezes, people.
Time I don't say bless you.
I love the back too.
Oh yeah, that's the only logo. I wish Nickelodeon went back to like the 90s logos.
Oh.
Like, I mean, that's fine. It just seems like, business professional Nickelodeon. Like,
business professional.
Because I mean, I grew up on all that, the big orange couchers and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, that was just the thing. But all right, so here we go. This one just came in today. It is the Aqua Teen Hunger Force complete set. So I used to have a bunch of them, like on single, and I sold them off. And I was like, I don't want them anymore. But then I was like, oh, look at that, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and went right and bought it. So. I guess that says I'm stupid.
I've never really watched a whole episode. Like, it gets on my nerves.
They're only 10 minutes, 8 minutes.
Like the meatball thing, though, I can't.
It's so stupid. I don't think you like it, too, because they're kind of mean to each other, and you're not a big fan of that.
Yeah, so. I don't like that. I only like to be mean to you.
Oh, I know. And then I showed you these, but these came in...
Oh, yeah, Ed and Lorraine from The Conjuring. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, are those movies the best? No. But, like, what they did for, like, horror and keeping it relevant and all that, I think, played an important part with James Wan doing all that.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. And, I mean, he spun off a whole entire universe, which is kind of crazy to me. So, you gotta think. That's a pretty profitable franchise.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Nun, you got Abigail. I
think they wanted to do one other one.
Oh, I don't know if me and you were talking about this, but I might go see that movie Afraid Thursday, and I really don't want to, but it's the AI Blumhouse thing.
Oh.
Those movies are the reason I roll my eyes when Blumhouse comes up.
I do want to see it. I like John Cho, so
it's an hour and 24 minutes.
It is an hour and 24, so that's totally worth it.
I mean, it's probably not even a real movie if you include the credits, if you take out the credits.
There's a chance. I mean, it looks like they aren't really going to go in any crazy direction. It's just going to be pretty straightforward, it seems like. So,
where the house just kills everybody.
The one you should go see, because I keep hearing it's amazing, and I think it comes out this week or next, is Strange Darling.
Oh, it's out now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's not playing here.
No, it's here. Because I've thought about it. I know nothing about it, so that'd be a good one to see.
It looks really good. They showed the trailer during Long Legs, I want to say, when I went, and it's got what's his face that I really like in it, Kyle Gallner.
I don't know, but going to these movies, as much as I've seen what, like 5 movies in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dude, Speak No Evil is before
everything,
movie.
Everything. And
Jesus.
You know, when we talked about that a few episodes back, I watched that original one, remember? I was like, I got to see what it's going on. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have watched the trailer for the remake because it's beat for beat like this movie. Yeah.
But James McAvoy looks so good.
Yeah, he does. He's a good actor.
God, he's so good.
Yeah. He's good in, was it First Class? X-Men? Yeah.
I mean, he's in other X-Men movies.
Yeah, but that was the first one where he
was in Wanted.
I've seen that once.
Oh, that's good. It's based on a comic.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll watch it.
If you want to read a great comic that is pitched as a movie, just find Mark Millar, and there you go. That's what he did. He wrote comics as script. He writes his comics as movie scripts, basically.
Oh, basically, so they're ready to go.
Yeah. So like Wanted, Kick-Ass, and The Kingsman are all him.
Oh, okay. Kingsman was good. I wasn't, at first I didn't want to watch that because Peyton like totally loves it, and I was like, I don't want to watch it because
Kingsman's awesome.
Yeah, and I watched it and I was like, this is pretty great. And then I watched the second one, and that was pretty good. I liked the first a little bit more, but the prequel one wasn't very good. It it wasn't where it needed to be with the technology and story and stuff.
When it didn't have the like craziness of the others,
right?
He also did Kick-Ass, which the first Kick-Ass is mind-blowing.
I've seen that one. I don't remember much of it.
Oh my God, I've seen it 100 times. That movie's amazing.
Really? Maybe I'll watch it tonight if it's streaming.
I mean, it's Nicolas Cage as Batman.
I guess that's true.
I mean, it is true. I mean, he's got a daughter, but I mean...
Batman had a Robin.
That's right.
And he died a whole bunch.
I mean, Chloe makes it because she's, 9 years old, and she's swearing and just blooding the motherfuckers up. I mean...
What was that other movie with Rainn Wilson? Super? Yeah. I always think of those two when I think of either of them.
Yeah.
And I called him Rainn Wilson. Did you see that?
What?
I called Rainn Wilson instead of Dwight because I was watching some interview he was doing.
Oh, no. He's been going off on that.
He's like, it's great that I could be.
Hey, it's Dwight. Look, it's Dwight. Because he was talking to Bryan Cranston.
Uh-huh.
This is the clip I saw. It's an interview with Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
And he's like, me and you are the same. No, Bryan Cranston is known for 100 things.
That's true at this point. But I mean, we always think Malcolm in the Middle. Then you think.
But I mean, I don't think enough people watched Malcolm in the Middle for that to be a real thing, first off. And I think, yes, Breaking Bad, obviously. But what do they say? Heidenreich? Like, what, or whatever his name is. Heidenreich was the wrestler that said he was going to ass rape Michael Cole live on TV.
God damn.
The best.
Oh my god!
I miss Vince McMahon sometimes. he just did the stupidest.
Oh my god! Some of the oh my god! I always think about like the times when it would cut to like a house and they'd be at like somebody's house, like looking for a different wrestler and like beating them up at the house and stuff.
Oh yeah, I love those. I mean, Stone Cold and Brian Pillman, but then you had Triple H and Randy Orton. I think
the time when Austin showed up to the hospital and punched Vince's cat.
I mean, that's a class. Hit him with a bedpan. The most impromptu thing too. They didn't plan that.
Really? He just saw it there.
He saw the bedpan and just whacked him with it, and it's hilarious.
Oh my god! There was crazy stuff. The one where Austin like killed, was it Triple H in the limo?
Where they blew it up?
Oh, he like dropped it from way up high. And
oh yeah, well they blew up. You know, they killed Vince McMahon. Technically, they blew up the limo, and they were supposed to have Vince McMahon's funeral, and Chris Benoit thing happened.
Oh shit!
And so instead, Vince came out on live television and said they were doing a tribute show.
Whoa!
Maybe we should get all the facts first.
Yeah, you can't just tribute that. I mean,
Jesus.
Huh.
Oh yeah, wrestling is crazy, man. The shit that has happened in wrestling is just nuts. Well, anyway, guess who got in a load of old wrestling magazines, Jeff?
I was going to go with, who I really want to wrestle still?
Well, you didn't, and now here we are. But it's Jason down at the dungeon. So whenever you want to accept Jason, Jeff's here to wrestle you.
Yeah.
Our buddy Jason sponsors the show. He has the dungeon down here in Maryville, Tennessee. Just hit East Broadway, hit the roundabout, find Southland Books, and drive behind the building. You'll see the dungeon. You'll walk in and you'll see Jason sitting there behind a whole stack of tarot cards and trying to sell you all sorts of things like vinyl records, laser discs, HD DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS DVDs, 4Ks, board games. He has 4 or 5 original Goosebump board games.
So we don't talk about that till I get me a copy.
Jeff needs one. So somebody should go buy 5. Right, buy all 5. Right
yeah.
Now. You can find this at Southland _dungeon on Instagram and Facebook. And tell them Night of the Nerdy Laser sent you. And support those guys because we love them and they support us.
That's true, yeah.
All facts, Jeff. All facts.
That's what we do here.
All right. Well, are we going to talk about species? And for the life of me, when I was going on my letterbox, which my letterbox is Nerdy Laser, if anybody wants to add me.
Who am I?
Jeff's is probably something stupid like Cashmere or Bushmoosh or whatever.
The Bushmoosh 27.
So you can add us if you'd like. But I could not, for the life of me, spell species.
Really?
This wasn't happening. I never thought it was SPEC. I was putting EI, IE. I couldn't do it.
Well, I guess my English major paid off, so I knew that one.
All that money well spent.
Yeah. So here's a fun fact, not about the movie, but about Letterboxd. Is I've watched 48 movies this month.
Jesus.
I'm on pace for 50. I was trying to get 2 a day for a month just to see how it went. I was in a funk before, so I don't feel too bad.
I've probably done the most.
Yeah. All the theater trips help out.
That I've done. That's true. But I have been watching more at home too.
Good.
Okay. So Species came out in 1995. It's an alien sci-fi horror movie directed by Roger Donaldson.
Yeah.
What else has Roger done?
He did Cadillac Man and
No Way Out.
No Way Out.
The World's Fastest Indian.
He did November Man.
I haven't seen any of those.
Well,
so
he did one with Nick Cage too. It looks like Seeking Justice. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna watch that. It looks like one of those straight.
You just know when a movie just sounds so shitty.
Yeah, it had to be on that slew of like made-for-TV movies, or not made-for-TV, but the ones that Cage did. He said he paid all his debt off with, straight to like DVD and all that.
Yeah. All right, we have quite the cast.
It's amazing. It's honestly amazing.
It really is. We have Ben Kingsley, Michael Madsen, Alfred Molina, Forrest Whitaker, Marge Heldenberger, Natasha Henstridge, introducing Natasha Henstridge, I should say.
Yeah.
And Michelle Williams, who played Jen in Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
She's only in it a little bit because she's young still. We may not do complete spoilers on this, but it is a movie that's 30 years old, so
get over it.
Alfred Molina is best known as Doc Ock in the Spider-Man 2 movie.
Yeah, that's true.
He was also, wasn't he in what's that damn it, now I'm drawing a blank.
Who? Alfred Molina?
That Edward Norton movie where they're in the hotel and they all have the same birthday and Identity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he's in Identity. Also, Jake Busey's in there.
John Cusack is in Identity.
Oh, John, not Edward Norton. Same person, though.
Okay.
John Cusack's just likable. Edward Norton's like, fuck your Hulk. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Oops.
Michael Madsen, man, any Quentin Tarantino movie, realistically.
How he became like leading man, like sex appeal role guy.
It's that voice, man.
Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Like,
it's that voice.
It's got to be because it ain't the look.
I liked him in this, but the problem with it, there's so many fucking characters in this movie. It gets a little bogged down for me. But the basic premise of this movie is it's not an alien per se.
No.
It is kind of a new species. It's DNA that they got sent from outer space, like a coating.
Yeah.
And they put it together and they did it a few times and they got one to stick. And out came Syl. And within 3 weeks, the whole thing went to shit and they decided to kill her. And and she escapes. But she grows so rapidly that she's an adult woman within 3 nights of being loose.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. I loved this movie when I was little. I was a teenager. I was a senior in high school.
You liked looking at Natasha.
I mean, that certainly does not hurt. But
I was 7 when this came out, and I watched it so much. I didn't know what I was doing watching. I just like.
I remember seeing Die Hard when I was like 9.
Oh yeah.
And that one scene when they're in the office building and there's like a 3-second like boob shot. That was the best.
Funny.
Forrest Whitaker,
he's a little much in this. Like, I like his character, but it's a little much sometimes.
I mean, all the characters are not great.
They're all kind of just written to like make excuses, like, or like an out for like each other character and everything else that they say and stuff. Like in the like part where it's kind of doing the cat and mouse part.
Yeah. I mean, Forrest Whitaker is like, he's an empath. Michael Madsen is just a killer.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina and Mark Helgenberger are like doctors,
scientists.
And then you got Ben Kingsley as he's the one that started this whole thing.
Project lead.
Yeah. So they named her Syl. So we have Natasha Henstridge as Syl. Basically, I mean, she's actually amazing in this movie. Like, she does a really good job with being a fish out of water kind of thing where, she doesn't know anything that's happening really. Like, she doesn't, I mean, she's trying to learn things.
And she learns it so fast. It's crazy.
Money and, I mean, just everything. But before we get Natasha Henstridge, we get Michelle Williams as young Syl, and we get her on a train. And what'd you think about this cocoon?
I remember it happening like growing up, but I all that happens and like how crazy it looks and all that like is pretty wild.
Most of the movie looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Like they do it with, I mean, they do very smart like camera tricks and like lighting to make it look good.
Yeah.
Once we don't get a whole lot of shots of Syl as like the alien she turns into, I guess.
Yeah.
And we don't really get why. Like, was that her? Like, why can she just turn into Syl anytime she wants?
I guess so. Or she hadn't reached that stage of evolution yet.
But I was gonna watch the second one and I didn't. Because I feel like the second one kind of forgets the end of the first one.
Oh, does it? I don't remember.
I think because they involve a guy, because the guy gets infected, and I think Natasha Henstridge is still in that.
Yeah, she's in it.
So she's normal, so it's not an evolution of Syl,
Yeah.
But if you like your sci-fi and you like your aliens, then you'll be happy to know that this was done by H.R. Geiger. Creature design, and I mean, I just figure he died a very long time ago.
Yeah.
But he died in 2014.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, I always knew that he designed Alien, and I knew that he designed the Jonathan Davis mic stand, and I knew he did this.
Wow, what a pull!
But I just thought they were like he designed, like they were his design and they just made it that.
Probably.
No, he was alive. I was thinking he was dead the whole time.
Oh.
Like I thought he died in like the 40s or something, or the 1800s.
Okay. So you thought that he wasn't on board like making it specifically for the
correct.
Movie. You thought they just took it and used it.
Well, I mean, maybe with permission or whatever, yeah, but I mean, I just, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no clue that he was just like, oh, what do you want it to look like?
Phallic symbols everywhere. Gotcha. Yeah. Here we go.
Nipples, alien nipples. Okay.
I'm gonna focus on those pretty hard. So is the camera.
Pretty hard. They're gonna be pink. That's okay. Red, pink, and everything else.
See through.
Dark green. So they're really gonna pop. Oh Lord! The whole movie, Syl's just trying to get laid here because she just. I love the one where she's just like, "We can go back. I know of a party," and he's like, "Okay," and she's like, "I want to have your baby," and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't as many deaths, good deaths or deaths that I remembered in my head.
It was always the off camera, like nobody's that had like horrific deaths. Like she folds that guy in half, then other guys' heads like smashed through, and then like our main characters are just like he fell and hurt his lip or something and died. And
isn't she like French kissing some guy and her tongue goes to the back of his head?
Yeah. That was.
We are going to talk about the end of this movie, so if you don't want to know it, just stop. But if you don't care, then here we are. So the funniest thing to me about this movie is, Ben Kingsley puts this ragtag group of people together
Yeah.
And one of them is the one that gets her fucking pregnant.
Yeah.
Poor old Alfred Molina.
He got the praying mantis death or whatever, right? That's what they do. They mate and then kill their.
Basically, yeah. Well, she's like, I can feel it growing. He's like, oh no, that's not how it works.
She goes. He goes. What is it? She goes, life.
So there is a really cool scene I want to talk about. I mean, it's very brief, but it's a scene where Michael Madsen is going to bust down the hotel room door when they figure out she's in there. Mm-hmm. And he busts through the door, but then she busts through the wall.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And the last 15 minutes of this movie sucks.
Yeah. It's kind of
I hate the tunnel. Like, it's cool in Mimic. I like it in Mimic. But I can't do it in this movie. It's not good.
No, it wasn't. Mimic did it better.
I don't even know where the fuck they were. They said, oh, they're in a parking garage. And then they're like, oh, she's created a tunnel.
Well, she went into like a sewer system. And then from there, it just opened up. Like, it was weird.
I mean, it's kind of crazy.
And then anyway, like the water that catches fire because that.
No, so they do reference that.
Okay.
It's oil. They're like, it's oil. Is that oil? And they're like, yeah, we think so. I don't know why they think so, but
they're scientists. You believe them.
They know things.
Yeah.
So she gets pregnant super fast and has this baby very quickly. But we get to see an alien pregnancy.
Yeah. And she's like, ah! Ah!
She's like, argh! It's like me after Taco Bell. It's like, on the stomach and just,
It wasn't a good scene, really. It's kind of stupid.
I mean, that's where you get the nipples, though.
Yeah, that's where you get them.
So then Forrest Whitaker finds the baby.
Yeah.
Who is now a toddler already, and a human toddler. I mean, I guess they did kind of try to make it like look alien-like.
Yeah.
But it's just eating rats with its toad-like tongue.
Yeah. The rat gets its revenge, though.
Yeah. I did not care for the end. It was a big letdown to me. I mean, because it goes on for, I think right around the 18-minute mark, they get into this, and it's just them walking around. I mean,
getting picked off one by one, kind of,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not the best, but
this is where nostalgia is one of those things, right? When you go back and watch it, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, that's true.
But I give it an okay rate. Like, it's worth watching. And I think you should probably watch the second one. We should probably do that at some point. But 3 and 4,
theaters, right?
What?
That one went to theaters too.
Yeah, it went to theaters. Yeah, okay. I think he's like, from what I remember, he's like an astronaut. But I don't really know. I can't remember. But Todd McFarlane did make figures of both of these. So
you have them?
I did it one time, but this made me want to get them.
What are they going for?
I don't know. Most of that I think he was second series, maybe. Hell, some of that series though. I mean, it is starting to raise, but for a series that's like, 30 years old, they made so many of that series 1, 2, and 3 though.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, they pumped those out because like, by the time you get to 8, they're much harder to find cheap. When they go to that clamshell thing. I mean, like, you can get Ghostface for $40, Blair Witch for $30. The thing is $60.
Those are movie maniacs?
Yes.
Okay.
The Thing is $60 or $50. Now that Jaws one is crazy. This one's got 10 bids and it's at 183, and I think typically it goes for about $4.
Wow, that's crazy. What? It's on eBay?
Yeah.
Just Jaws Movie Maniac?
I mean, I just typed in Movie Maniacs and all those come out. I mean, Pumpkinhead, you can get it for around $40 with shipping.
Oh, it's that ship.
Yeah, and the shark. I mean, and Bruce.
Right. That's
It's
goes.
the
It's like
end
$400.
Yeah. Well, right now it's only 183 with 10
Oh,
bits.
it'll get there.
What are we looking for? Species. Let's see here.
Well, overall, where you're looking this up, would you recommend Species then for?
Yeah, I mean, if you like aliens and you're in the mood for something you haven't seen, I mean, even though this isn't like aliens or anything, I mean, it's kind of a new species, but I dig it. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So, McFarlane Movie Maniac Species 2 Eve. Looks like it doesn't go for very much.
Well, one of them is at 70, but then the other one, then the other one is like 15.
I'm finding it for $20 for the first for Species 2.
Patrick doesn't go for that much either. So if you want this figure, you can get it. I might actually get it. Oh, here's one for $22.
All right, well, let's look at those Species figures after the show.
I mean, but I would open it, so.
Yeah, but
I don't need any more figures. I really don't need any more.
I got Army of Darkness Movie Maniac, so I got him and Pumpkinhead now. Those are my two.
Yeah.
Might have Species too here in a little.
A little bit. I just remember the Patrick design not being as great, but it's kind of bulky and.
Patrick?
Yeah, that's the guy species.
Oh, okay. I didn't see him on there. I just saw the girl.
Yeah, and the second one they create Patrick, and it's a boy species.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, although in this, I wonder if it's the same. It must be a different one. I don't know, because this one it says Eve, and that's not her fucking name. It's Syl.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Natasha Hentridge is one of the other eggs.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, damn it.
Oh.
There's a movie called 20,000 Species of Bees.
Is that like House of Beavers or whatever you've been watching?
What's that? 100 beavers.
100 beavers.
Hundreds of beavers.
All right.
Yeah, her name's Eve. Oh, and they bring back Michael Madsen and Mark Hellenberger. I need to watch this now.
Yeah, all right. Tubi. We'll be there in a minute.
I mean, Tubi has all four.
Yeah.
And I think 3 and 4 were Sci-Fi originals.
I think, and then Shout Factory put them out on a Scream double disc, I think, that went out of print, which I have.
Of course you do. Would you recommend this?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's 90s goodness. So if you hate the 90s, if you're just like 70s and 80s are awesome, bleh, then you're not going to like this movie. But if you like 90s movies,
people are starting to respect the 90s, I think, a little bit.
I love the 90s, man.
So do I. I like them more and more as time goes on, too.
I mean, I grew up I'm a 90s baby. Like, I was a teenager in the 90s, so. All right, what we got on the books for next week?
So, continuing with Sci-Fi September.
September.
We are doing one of my favorites, Dark Angel, or also known as I Come in Peace.
And you go in pieces. I hate the fact that this thing's called Dark Angel.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But we'll talk about it.
I rented it as I Come in Peace, and it's Dolph Lundgren, and it was straight to DVD or VHS, and it's amazing.
It is. But yeah, we'll go into that one. I like that one. We covered it on Fistful of Action. I know that.
I think I was on that one too.
You were.
Yeah, I know we've covered it, but I don't mind talking about it again. Oh. After Sci-Fi September, should we tell them and give them any clues? We're going to do one movie series for October.
Yeah.
There's 4 movies.
Okay.
Do you remember what we said, or have you completely forgotten?
I forgot because I sent you an idea too.
No, my idea is better.
Oh God, is it?
I mean, I think all my ideas are better.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do.
No, our original plan was to do the Rex series.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm cool with that. That's fine.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also known as the Quarantine series over here, but Quarantine only has 2 movies, and they changed the end of the American version.
Maybe we should toss those in. Maybe not. I doubt it.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, maybe we can do it in November or so, you know.
Yeah.
And then we have a Halloween special that we've got, but we'll keep that one secret. So
yeah.
But watch those Rec movies. If you haven't seen the Rec movies, I mean, I like them. What is it? 1, 2, and 4 are kind of the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 3 is totally different.
Well, 3 links 4, but they just do it in a different way.
It's in a wedding.
Yeah.
There's a wedding for
3. I mean, we'll talk more about that during that episode, but I think the idea is cool how they do it. So
I mean, I love the Rec series. I think it's cool. I have the box set, so it'll give me a reason to open that up because it's still in the box.
I have it. I think I watched 3 and 4 a couple times, and then 1 and 2 a few times too. Because I've talked to, I think I was on Duncan's show when we talked about Rec 1 and 2.
Cool. The Quarantine series is not bad, and the second one, I need to watch the second one again because I remember it being kind of cool.
Yeah, I watched it on Sci-Fi. I'm pretty sure one day.
I think I rented it from Redbox.
Oh, R.I.P. Redbox.
Dude, do you remember how crazy Redbox used to be?
Sort
of.
A
line of people just standing there?
Yeah. I always bought it because I was dumb. I'm a dumb collector, but
from what I've heard, Redbox isn't even picking the red boxes up.
Oh, they're just leaving them. They're like, yeah, it's cheaper to leave them.
Yeah, I would love to have one though, right? Like just for nostalgia, just put it down in the basement.
Go down and get out, copy a rad every once in a while.
Oh gosh! All right, what should they do, Jeffrey?
They should keep it bloody.
Because somebody has to. And you can also email us at nightofthenerdylaser@gmail.com. And you can follow us, Night of the Nerdy Laser, on all the socials. And you can leave a review.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely free. So wherever you're listening to us at, just leave a review or follow us. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we ask.
It's not a lot.
And give us all your money.